Good afternoon and welcome to Haley Marketing Group's training webinar for the job board. Please remember this is for the basic job board product. If you have an integration, you can ask us questions separately through the Haley Marketing Support Desk, which you can get to at helpme.haleymarketing.com. If you have any questions for the basic job board product throughout this webinar, please send it to me through the chat option and I'll take them as they come in. Otherwise, you can always reach out to us at the support desk. Once again, that is helpme.haleymarketing.com with any questions after this is over with. So I just wanted to go over today with the basic navigation of the My Haley once you log in. And as you see when you first log in, you have a Help Center icon that you can click to and go view all of our great Help Center articles. If you've not done that yet, please do so. We have an excellent center on the job board training there as well. We also have the ability to submit a support ticket right from the My Haley dashboard, product information, so if you're curious about what else we do, or if we can help you solve some issue or meet a company goal, please click that, and then release notes so you can stay up to date with all of the latest improvements that we do with the Haley marketing products, including that of the job board. So on the left-hand side, we'll go through the navigation, and then we'll get into individual modules with the job board. So the very first one we'll see here that we'll be working with today is the lists module. This is where all of your candidates are stored and all the contacts of your job board are stored. The job board section is where all of your jobs are stored as well as the settings to modify those jobs. And the last one we're going to touch today is the admin settings, which is how to add or remove or modify a user that you want to be using the job board. So like I said earlier, the very first area we're going to go to is the job board dashboard area. And the job board dashboard has a bunch of great information, and just like on the first dashboard, we have some icons at the top to help you navigate a little bit quicker to different areas of the job board. So as you see here, we have managed jobs, featured mailings, and pre-qualification forms. And today we'll be covering featured mailings and managed jobs. You have a statistics panel and a jobs panel to let you know how many jobs you currently have active, how many are expired. Your statistics panel will show you how many applications you've gotten for each job, as well as how many registrants, applicants, and subscriptions you've gotten. So subscriptions are people who want to follow your job board. Applicants are people who have signed up for I've actually applied for your job board, and registrations are people who just have signed up for the job board and want to use your job search agent. And lastly, we have the ability to check to see where these applicants are coming from. So we have referral sources and we have syndication, which is the third-party job board aggregators like Indeed, Simply Hired, and by clicking on it, you can see where they're coming from. So for this example, they're coming from Simply Hired. And there's some other great information around the job board, so if you have some time you can view it. The job board news as well as some help desk article recommendations. And don't forget we have the RSS feed and job board URL feed available directly from this screen. So the next area I want to show you is how to manage jobs. You can click on this icon here or the manage jobs on the left hand side and it'll bring you to this screen here. And if you want to create a new job, you can. You can just click Add on the left-hand side, or you can go to the Edit option by hovering over the title of a job. So we'll do that today and show you how to fill out information for a job. So when going through your job and filling it out, it is very important to make sure that you fill out all of the fields that are available here. If for some reason you have missed one and you try to click Save, the job board will come back and tell you to go back and fill it out, so don't worry if you missed one, it will tell you. It's important to have a unique job ID on every single job that you have, especially if you're looking to sponsor a job on Indeed, because I know that they look for individual job IDs. Put in your title, employment type, and you can add a new one here if you don't like the ones that are currently there. You have the option to add a pre-qualification form. Once again, if you have more information on this, you can either reach out to us in support or check out our documentation in the Help Center. You can choose an industry from the list here, or you can add a new one and just enter your industry in here. You can enter your pay rate in here, and the pay rate will take any kind of text. So you could put $40 an hour, you could put $9.25 an hour. You can put in $30,000 a year plus benefits like we see here. It is not limited by just putting in a numerical value. And then we're going to put in the date posted. So let's update this to today. And we're going to put this in as date expiration, and we'll put this in, oh, it's a few years from now. That's fantastic. That's good. And then lastly, we have the recruiter on your job board, on this posting, I mean. And this is the person who will be receiving the application when someone submits it. So for this, we have John Smith, but I'm going to change it to myself just so that I can get the applications if somebody happens to submit this to my job. And you can mark this as anybody who currently is on your job board. And I'll show you a little bit later how to add users in case you want to add a new user to your job board. We have city, state, zip, and country, which are pretty self-explanatory. Once that's all done, you can go down to the description, requirements, and additional information fields and fill out the relevant information here. Don't forget to use the formatting options that are available, and you can always expand these to full screen if you'd like. And then lastly, you'll see at the very bottom of the screen, we have applicants, so everybody who has applied to the job, as well as their resume on the right-hand side. And that's how we'll be able to see who has applied to a job if you missed the email that came to you, or if you're overseeing some of your recruiters and you want to see how their jobs are performing, you can go here and check it out. Just like we saw on the dashboard of the main job board, each job will have its own little performance statistics module, which will tell you over time how has the job performed, as well as the referral sources of those jobs. And you can also click View Applicants, and it brings you down to see the applicants currently on that job. If you'd like to modify any of the information once the job is posted, you're welcome to go back in and copy and highlight and change any information that's available. You can also opt to feature a job on the right-hand side by toggling the switch. And if you are sponsoring with a third-party job board aggregate, you can click on any of these buttons here. And once you're all done, you can click Save. Oh, and I'm being told to fill out industry, so I'm going to put in medical. There we go, changes saved successfully, and we're going to go back and view the job board list. And one thing I actually wanted to cover real quick before we go too far, back in the job posting itself, we see an option for additional information. Don't forget that if you're posting your job board to social media or to a third-party job board aggregator like Indeed or Simply Hired, that these candidates who are coming to your job board may not know a lot about your company. So this is a great field to use if you're looking to sell your company to the candidates that are coming in. Feel free to put information about your location if it's a travel position, or about your company here, maybe about the city that you're located in, or why it's a great idea for them to work with you. And that's what this field can be used for. And you can actually set this to show up as the same on every single new job posting through the settings options, and we'll get there in a few. But right before I left as well, I mentioned the featured job, and I'll get to why this is important in just a few moments. So once you're all done, click Save, and we'll go back to Job List and view the jobs that are there. And don't forget, you can filter the jobs on the left-hand side. So if you're looking for a particular job, you can find them by using any of these filtering options, and these are of all the jobs that are currently on your job board. So as you add in, say, just like I added medical, the medical came up. If I had an industrial job, I would see the industrial category here. I can filter just by my jobs, which is very useful for your recruiters. So there's a bunch of options there as well. So the next area I wanted to show you is something called featured mailings. And we just went over the ability to feature a job, and you'll see these stars here for all jobs that are featured. And what's great about this is that you'll have a bunch of people who will sign up for your job board over the course of the next few weeks, months, that are telling you that they're interested in receiving emails from you. And they're also going to tell you what industries they're interested in. So this is a great opportunity to remarket directly to those candidates who told you they're interested in your company for a very specific type of position. And by setting up a featured mailing, you can send them all of your jobs that fill out a specific category that are marked as featured. So to do that, you go to the left-hand side and go to featured mailings, and you'll see we already have a few that are signed up on this side. So to add a new featured mailing, you go to Add a Mailing. And this is actually a pretty simple thing, so if you do not have it set it up yet, I recommend doing so, as it will help bring candidates that are already interested in your company back to your job board. And you'll want to click on the category of job, so we'll put the medical job in. And you can modify the email subject that says anything from check out these great new jobs from Haley Marketing Group, or put your company in. You can select who you want it to come from. So if you have a medical recruiter, you could select that person. And then if you wanted to, you can modify the footer and header, but we choose not to. We like to leave the default text that's there. It looks great enough as is. And then you can choose which day you want this to set out as. So we can set it as Tuesday, and we'll click Save. Once that's all done, it tells you it's all complete, and you can go back and view your featured mailings. You might have to reload it to see your new option. And there we go. So they're all there now, and here's the last one. And don't forget, you can have as many as you'd like here. So if you want to do one for every day of the week for every industry you serve, you can do that. Or you can just do one or two of them if you're looking to fill very specific job postings, such as medical in this case. So if you're not using this yet, I please recommend you to go check this out. And we also have additional documentation in the Help Center, which is helpme.haleymarketing.com, if you need more information. The next area I want to go to is the list section. This will help show you, we're going to go to the settings next. I'm getting ahead of myself here. And here we can see the default job board owner. This is the person who receives the sign-up notifications. This is different than your recruiter on each job. This is the person who will receive the sign-ups for every single candidate that chooses to sign up for your job board. So if you have somebody who's looking to keep track of that, this is a good place to put their name. You'll also get your job board URL and job board feed here. And then we have some settings going down, and we'll highlight a few here that I think are great to cover. The editing one, which is new if you are familiar with the job board product, has the ability to set a default job posting expiration, so 30 days after, or 90 days after, or I believe 30, 60, 90, or 180. For every time you put a new job in, it will automatically select an expiration date for this time period. And this is where you can set up the additional information text. Remember that field I told you about earlier that you can set in to tell your candidates about your company? This is where you can set that up for every one of your jobs. But don't forget to use HTML markup, such as paragraph and header tags, as well as HTML links so that they show up correctly in this window. The notifications area is a great place to put a confirmation email. So currently your candidates will not receive an email when they're done applying for the job, but this is where you can set one up, both a subject line and text for that email. Don't forget to use HTML markup here as well. And then at this last one, you can change the default message that shows up in the browser when someone completes a job posting. So you can change that here as well. The searching one, it deals with the settings that come up when someone goes to your job board. So this will show you all the different options that are available, what you want to display, whether it's country, display state instead of location. You can rename your category, pay rate, state, and employment type label if you haven't done that yet. So a lot of great options here if you haven't done so yet. The application allows you to change options on your Haley Marketing job board application, such as wanting to hide the sign-up buttons, hide the text resume field if you don't want to receive a text resume field. You can make the resume to be uploaded required, plus a lot of other options here, so you can go through and check those out. And if you want to change the referral source, so the default list is job board, news, job fair, newspaper referral, social media, web search, and other. You can change this to something that matches your company a little bit closer. The branding allows you to put a default message above both the search window and the list of all jobs. This is the options for your mobile application. Syndication allows you to choose which job boards your job will be included in that feed. Don't forget that this is not a guaranteed posting. This is just sending the jobs out to those third-party aggregate companies, and they decide which jobs get posted. It's always recommended that if you want to make sure your jobs show up there, that you have a separate paid relationship with them. And lastly, the options for a Twitter card or open graph information. So if you're looking to differentiate your job amongst all the other jobs on social media, a Twitter card is a great option, and our help desk has a lot of great information if you haven't done so yet. So the next area we want to check out is the lists section. So you go to lists, and we're going to go to download contacts first. And this is a list of all candidates who have signed up for your job board, not just applied, but signed up. And you can go through here and you can take out an Excel file, you can take it to a third-party contact like Contact Me or Contact Us forms or mailing programs and use them there. And you can just go through here and sort them. If you use Excel, you can sort it by a bunch of different categories if you're looking for a very particular metric. And it does go left and right quite wide, so if you're looking for additional information, it's all there. And the other area I want to show you is the managed lists. So on the left-hand side, managed lists. If you're looking for a particular applicant who has applied with you before, and you're looking to view how many jobs they've applied for, what mailings they've received, or what resume or where their resume is, you can go through and put their information here, and that will come up for you. And the last thing I wanted to show you, just in case you wanted to add a new person to your job board so they can be a recruiter on your job, or if you want them to post jobs, or just go in and check information for lists, you can do so by going to Admin and Users, and you can add their information on the left-hand side here. So I'll go down to my information here. So once you add them in, you can go through, fill out the appropriate information, including the information over here. You also can check out the display field. So this is all of the visible information on the recruiter bio for that job. So this has been the Haley Marketing Job Board Basic Training. If you have any questions, please reach out to us in support. You can get to us by going to helpme.haleymarketing.com or going back to your dashboard and clicking on the green support ticket window. If you have any questions, let us know, and otherwise have a great afternoon.